Hello.
Hey, well, you look so pretty.
Thanks. I just had an interview in an Etsy group for organization, so I led them through like a little tutorial with that, and then the hubby and I went mattress shopping this morning. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna look like a normal person and like look like a not as
No,
lady that lives at home,
the last time I didn't wear yoga pants.
right? I have jean shorts on today. I'm like actually in regular clothes because
Yeah.
I have like 6 calls today, so
Mhm.
like,
I
I'm
know
not.
I have a lot of when I was
Yeah.
Hmm.
Let's see. I think we're just waiting on Melissa. There she is. And I don't know if Amanda was hopping in today or not. Melissa's getting in. Let's see. She's slowly coming in. How's everything?
Dude, I feel like this week's going so fast.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not being as productive today as I need to be. I was much more productive on Tuesday.
That's okay. I've done nothing productive today because I forgot to do calls. So,
Yeah,
oh well.
yeah, for
I was
sure.
like, I'll work later.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I unfortunately I'm booked out with calls until like 7, and then I have a friend who's on a reality show. Um,
Oh,
it's premiering tonight, so we're going to her house to watch.
what reality show?
Lost Resort on TBS coming on tonight. It's like 9, I think it's 9 o'clock Central Time, and it's on TBS. So she was like, "Can y'all just come and like support me?" I was like, "I'll bring the wine. How many bottles? What are we doing?"
Good response.
Right. So I'm booked out with
Like
calls
a
until then.
dating
And
show, or what is it?
wait, say that again.
Like a dating show, or
No, it's like this weird. She went on a retreat to like South America for like a month, like almost a year ago now, and they were doing like couples counseling and individual counseling, and she went on to do counseling, but her partner or husband at the time was like, "No, I'm not going to go," and then he ended up showing up and surprising her and like ambushing her on the show. It's going to be. She needs us. She needs us. They have
Oh,
since.
geez.
Yeah, they've
Well,
since.
especially when you say it that way. I'm assuming they're divorced now at this point.
Yeah, they are. So I was like,
oh,
Thea, do you want me just to come and drink some wine with you while we watch? She was like, yes. Can you come every Thursday? I was like, sure.
I have to check that
Oh,
out.
yeah.
I love a good
Yeah.
reality show.
Yeah. I'll probably do a little story or something like that once we get
Your
over to
shirt
her.
totally didn't give that away, Christina. I'm just saying.
My shirt.
Let me see.
You're wearing a French shirt.
Oh
Friends.
yeah.
Even though it's not a reality TV, but it might as well be.
Right?
Especially with all the crap we're dealing with.
I love the Real Housewives.
Yes. All right. So what are we getting into this week? How is everybody's week going? How is module 6 going or 3? I know you're in 3, right?
Yep, I haven't touched it since last week, to be quite honest. So, but yeah, I'm on module 3. I think I'm on the second in module 3, second lesson, maybe third.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're getting ready to get into the thick of it, which is 4 through 6, honestly. Module 7 is just enjoyable. We get to go shopping and I have a guest post, and module 7 is just like me releasing you from the nest. It's kind of nice.
Gotcha. Yeah,
So
I think
uh,
4 was clients 101 or something.
yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. So I just have to get through module 3
Yeah.
to get to that one.
Well, the
Four
videos I
is
don't
definitely
think
the
are too
big one.
long. I think the longest video was the guest post, and that was like 40 minutes, but everything else is under like 15. So it shouldn't be too bad. So what are you guys seeing on the client side? I know y'all are reaching out. You have some clients that are getting on rosters. I know Amanda had a client who is getting off her roster because she wasn't worth keeping. So how are we feeling about everything?
Well, I'm still on 2,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm waiting on the third client I was supposed to talk to, but he had a death or something with a friend or something like that. So I haven't spoken to him. He did text me last week and said he was going to catch up with me the week of the 27th. So I'm waiting for him to get back with me next week. And then I'll follow up with him. He's like, remind me if I forget. So I'm just going to let him contact me. Otherwise I'll follow up with him next week. But that's as far, I mean, I'm reaching out, meaning I'm letting people know. hey,
Good.
this is what I'm doing now. But I haven't really, nothing's so far, with the exception of the 2 and then the 3rd coming next week. So
Gotcha. Okay. What about you, Melissa? How's everything going for you?
It's going all right. Still working on trying to get everything, cleaned up with my client's business. He's, been like my primary thing since I've been focusing on a bunch of other stuff, and something else has now also come up medical wise and whatnot, which is a bit of a pain. So there's all kinds of stuff going on with that right now. So I'm just kind of focusing on the one client, and if I happen to get others, I'm just like, okay, sure, that's awesome, but I'm not super worried about it right now. But I've gotten him set. I made him a vehicle decal yesterday
Ooh,
for
that's
his
cool.
vehicles.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'll actually share that in the group here in a bit, and they really, really like it. So I was like, yay! I essentially pulled what I could from the guy who's creating their website, so that way we had similar looks. So that way it all just kind of combined and went around. It all looks similar. So I was really, really pleased with how that's turned out.
Mhm.
We're trying to get in touch with a previous customer of theirs, trying to get them to pay what's left over on their bill and all this other stuff. So there's a lot of stuff, but we're getting there. We're getting them cleaned up. So
Good. Good. And what about you, Christina? How's it going? I know we had our chat yesterday. Was that yesterday? Was that today? I don't know.
It was yesterday. I know it's flown by. Going good. I need more clients. I need more retained clients. I did forget to ask you yesterday, Bree. I was gonna message you, and I'm like, I'll just ask her on here. So, remember my horse soap lady, my very first client.
Mhm.
So we had our follow-up meeting way back on July 7th. So we talked things through. She liked what I was doing. She thought I did a better job with Facebook and needed some work on Instagram, which I would agree with her. So I gave her like 3 package proposals. She was leaving for a horse show that weekend. So she said, if I don't get back to you before then, don't worry. So gave her the rest of that week, gave her almost the whole following week. So that was last week. Sent her an email last Thursday. I've still heard nothing.
Mhm.
So like I'm still, well, I logged out of her Instagram, but like I can see like she's doing her post right now. Should
Mhm.
I follow up with her one more time? And what I mean,
You can definitely follow up with her one more time just to,
like
check
I'm
in with
still
her.
on Facebook, like as the moderator, so like I
Right.
can see everything that's going on there.
Yeah, I would definitely check in with her and just see what your status is. But one thing I think with clients, what gets hard is that we invest so much time in getting them in, and they finally get in, they try our services, and then stuff like this happens. So what you have to remember, and this is kind of what we talked about yesterday, is consistently putting yourself out there and consistently posting and showing your services and talking about what you do. Because clients, although we want them to be, these 10-year clients, you are going to have many that come and go. So
Right.
to combat that, you still have to advertise for your business. You still have to put it out there what you're doing, and you still have to search for that perfect client, because they're, not going to say a dime a dozen, because I've had several perfect clients. But you have to kind of comb through those. And when it does work out like that, you say, okay, hey, I'm following up one last time. If I don't hear back from you by such and such date, I'm going to remove myself from your accounts. It was a pleasure working with you if I'm not going to hear back from you, and just follow up as pleasantly as you can. And then at the same time, still look for other clients. So I don't want you guys to get comfortable where you're like, all right, I've got my 2 clients. This is going to last forever. Like, no, you still need to promote. And I mean, I still promote, although I haven't posted this week. Like, it's been a crazy week, but I'm still reaching out. And this week has been just me on like podcasts and stuff like that. So you constantly need to be the voice of your business and pushing it forward. And the clients will come and they will go. And you just find those anchor clients, and those are the ones you stick with. But you just can't let up on advertising for yourself. So when we talked about yesterday, how I was like, have you posted? And you're like, nope. I was like, we got to stay consistent with that.
Right. And I'm definitely not like putting all my eggs in one basket with her. I just really, like, we kind of left it like, obviously I just wanted to let me know one way or the other, and I want to be taken off of her face, so I can take myself off.
I think you can. And see, that's another reason why I was like, you always, and of course she was combating you, but that's why you always just want their login, because then you get stuck with stuff on your page. But definitely in your email, let her know, say, hey, I'm still on it.
testimonial because I gave her those first 5 free hours of work, and that was in our contract. So
Okay, so then include that in the email. Say, hey,
I just want closure.
right. So when I do the, I think you guys are going to get, if you haven't gotten it already, an email that like closes you out of the course, and it lists all the things that I need from you, like a testimonial. So when you send her that email, also include, don't forget, I would still like to get a testimonial from you. These are the questions I would like for you to answer. Have you done final invoicing and all that yet with her?
Yeah, like she's all paid up with me, luckily.
So yeah, send her that final email and just list out the things you need from her, list out the accounts you're still on, because she's going to respond if she's going to want you off those accounts. You know what I mean?
No,
So
I'm like,
that's why I would just say, hey, I'm still on your accounts. I'll be able to get out of all of that once we've wrapped up the testimonial and you've responded to the email. So
okay.
I would say respond as if she needs to respond. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're waiting for her to.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. What else do you have?
I have a weird question.
Go for it.
So, because the way we send the contract is Google Doc, I save it as a PDF.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't run into this issue yet, and I don't know how actually other people are doing it. But if someone else, like the girl that I'm going to do the trial work for, she sent me a contract, but it was obviously through a company, so it was easy to sign. But if someone else sends me a PDF like that, how do I sign it? I actually don't even know how my clients are signing mine. No one's ever asked me for help with that.
Yeah. Well, DocuSign you have to pay for, I think.
EverSign is a free platform.
EverSign is the one that I suggested because it's free. I think it's like 5 documents a month, and they all digitally sign it. But if you just send them a PDF to sign, you can definitely do it that way. What they'd have to do is print it out, sign it, scan it back in, and then send it to you. But EverSign, I always say do a digital signature.
Okay.
Every time. Yeah. What else do we have? Any other questions, issues we're running into, things we want to learn about? I can definitely cover what I was going to do in our live and make it a video. I can do that too.
I have a quick question. So for our one-on-one, that's next module. Do you prefer once I'm in the middle of it, or once I ended the module?
Finish. Once you finish that module. What is it? 3?
Okay.
I think it's 3.
It's 2, 4, and 7.
There we go. Yeah. 2, 4, 7. So yeah, after you finish that module, because we'll go over everything, because the client module is a big one. So I suggest 2 after you finish 1 and 2, because that's a lot of like planning and figuring out where your business is going to start. After 4, that's when we start talking about clients. And then after 7, obviously, is the wrap up. So yeah, after you finished 4, for sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's see. Let me open up our group because I can talk a little bit about what I was going to post, and then that's one less video that I have to make.
There you go.
1 second. Oh, this is a good one. Yeah. Okay. So Lindsay asked what to do if clients ask to see your previous work. You know you can, you just haven't done it yet. So when people are asking for your previous work, it's a little hard to show that. So what I always do and what I always suggest doing is, number 1, making sure that your website is up to date and that your social media is up to date, meaning you have posted consistently and the content that you're putting on there is relevant to what you're doing. Because even if you don't have previous work, if you've done it for yourself, that is previous work. It doesn't have to be done for a client or for someone else to prove that you can do it. So if you are offering a service, like let's say I'm offering Pinterest management, then I better have a Pinterest account and it better have some content on it, you know? So when you're trying to prove or show a portfolio, portfolios really aren't as relevant anymore when someone asks you for a job. They obviously want to know who you've worked with or what type of work you've done. But as far as like handing over a portfolio, you're really not going to have that if you haven't had clients yet. But what you will have is your website, your social media content, even your email marketing. Like start getting into MailChimp, start sending out an email. Even if you have 2 clients, who cares? Send them an email about something relevant in the business or something that you think could help them as a free tip. And then that's your email marketing, right? So you have to almost sometimes create those things, because when you get your first client, they're not going to be booking you for every service that you offer. But with the services that you offer, I'm pretty sure you could have done that for yourself at least once or twice. So I always suggest doing that. When I send people to my website, they're like, oh, wow, you do website design? I'm like, oh, yeah, I do. I forgot. I offer that. Well, I like your website. I'm like, cool, I did it myself. There's my portfolio. Or you do social media marketing. Go take a look at my Pinterest, which, by the way, is baller right now. I'm shocking myself. So I'll have them go look at my Pinterest account and they're like, oh, wow, you have that many followers? Okay, well, I'd like to have that too. All right, cool, let's do it. So don't think that you have to create portfolios and material because you don't have time. Right now, you need to set yourself up and get yourself ready for your clients. So if you can get those few things done, then that's your portfolio right away. Some will ask for results. You can present results if you have them, and that'll come after your first 1 or 2 clients. So remember how I talk about getting your metrics at the end of the month for those clients? That's a part of your portfolio. You can say, I help grow my client's following or engagement by this much in a month. I helped to do this with my client or made more sales by this much in however many months. So again, not that it's bulletproof and they can't like look at it and be like, let me see those metrics. They're not going to do that, but you have something under your belt and you can show even the slightest bit of growth and that you have the knowledge to do that. And the last thing with that, even if you don't have previous work, you can always give them a strategy. So I talked with this a little bit yesterday with Christina on her one-on-one. We talked about strategy. She said, you know, they asked me for a strategy and I just kind of came up with a plan and they loved it. And I was like, that's all it is. If a client comes to you and they're like, I want social media and I would like a strategy. Okay. It's not this big, huge thing. All you tell them is, all right, for the next month, I'd like to post this many times a week. I want to use, 10 hashtags that center around whatever their business is about. And I want to see if we can raise the engagement. Like that's literally a strategy. It's not anything big. And all you have to do from there is test it out. So in showing previous work, show what you've done for yourself. And then also use your SWOT analysis to look at their business, give them a strategy or a plan of action for what you'd like to see happen when you get hired on. And then after that, when they hire you, prove it. That's it. So that is it in a nutshell. That was faster than I thought it would be. That was easy. I'll post that. Do we have any questions about that? Because I can totally like dissect all of that.
No, just more work to do.
The biggest thing is just getting yourself set up. Just get yourself set up, however and whatever that looks like for you.
I know, but I'm so tired all the time.
Yeah. Well, what I will do when I'm super tired, which I did Tuesday, I slept for half my day because it was raining. But the beginning of the day when I like woke up, I was like, I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to change out of pajamas. So I have this little like laptop desk thing or like a little pad or whatever that goes on my legs. And I just brought my computer in bed and I legit worked for 4 hours. And I was like, I wasn't as tired as I thought I was. I just didn't want to get out of my bed.
Right.
So,
For
yeah,
sure.
so don't feel bad. Don't feel bad at all. Put that computer in your bed and just do it like that.
Yeah, but it sucks though when it's in the kitchen and then you have to walk all the way back and try and set it up and all that other stuff. Not to mention that because my computer is specifically meant for like using, art programs and things like that, I have a freaking brick attached to this thing.
Oh yeah, no, I bring my laptop.
Heavy.
Yeah. My desktop stays in my computer. It stays in my office for like days that I'm like gonna sit here and like max out stuff. But most of the time I'm sitting in my bed, legit, like doing all my work in bed. It's just some days I just can't. I just can't get up. So, but don't feel discouraged. You just have to.
I feel that.
You just have to figure out what you need to do and what's going to best serve you. And right now, I know we're like working against baby right now. The timing.
Melissa, I hate to tell you, once the baby comes, you're never gonna want to work either. You're gonna be like, I
Thanks. I need that.
True.
Sorry, I got a box from my dad yesterday.
I made you.
I got a box from my dad yesterday with a 1 month supply of newborn diapers and then another 1 month supply of like the next month diapers. And I sent him a thank you note like via Facebook and he's just like, I was just waiting until they're full of piss and shit. You won't be thanking me then. And I'm just like, thanks, Dad. You're so optimistic.
Thank you. Yep, those diapers are going to go like that.
Mm-hmm.
No. And then when they turn 3, then you're like, go do something else. Get off my meeting.
You were so cute.
My husband said, do I need to take the baby today?
Yep.
I was like, get out. Go.
Please.
But yeah, no, you definitely have to figure out what's the priority. You have to figure out, even if it's the 10 minutes that you're sitting on the potty while you have, 10 minutes of you time, like go make some social posts, close the door and do what you got to do. But you have to make it a
I
priority.
got to figure out how to
Mhm.
block my time, right? Because I
Yeah.
need to prioritize, I need to learn how to prioritize. So I need to learn what time slots I want to work. I got to learn that part of it.
Yeah.
Got to
And
figure it out.
honestly, that changes constantly for me, especially right now, just with kids being home. Sometimes it's like, all right, I know I'll go look and click up and I'm like, okay, what task do I have to get done for today? How can I get that done today? First of all. And then for, an hour, if the baby decides he wants to sit and like watch his iPad or play with his toys, like the second I see him settle, I'm like, all right, go get the laptop. Like, let me go sit and do it real quick. So that's going to change for you daily, especially right now. But once the kids go back to school, whenever that is, it is much easier to block your day out where you're like, all right, for 2 hours, I'm going to concentrate on client number 1. For 2 hours, I'm going to concentrate on just me getting my website done. But for right now, steal as many moments as you can. And just try to see when they settle. That's the best time. Because when they're in your face, you ain't getting nothing done. Like nothing.
Well, I mean, my 3 are, I've got a 9-year-old, a 17-year-old, and a 20-year-old. So the 17 and 20,
Yeah.
it's whatever. But the 9-year-old,
9-year-old's pretty self-sufficient, probably.
got to try to figure out what to do with her.
Yeah.
I'm still horrible at that, but
No, you're good. I made mine paint next to me at the table because he wouldn't leave me alone. And then I have a dry erase board in my office. So if I'm in my office, I'll clear that off. And I'm like, sit, go draw me a picture. Of course, she's 9. So you could be like, hey, why don't you come sit and polish your nails? Let's go sit outside. Practice that. She's going to make a mess. Bring her outside.
yeah.
You could polish your nails. Sure. You could play in mama's makeup for 1 hour. Go do that. Like, you just have to figure out whatever they can do that occupies them, because they don't have to be quiet. They won't. They're not going to leave you alone, but you can at least give them something to occupy for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and you can knock out a couple tasks in that time. Again, it's just making that priority, because I promise you half the time I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I have 45 minutes. I want to watch Netflix. No, go to a social post. So you just have to prioritize and make it a priority for you. That's literally it. Because the more time you spend on it, the more money you're going to make.
Well, just so you ladies know, trying to keep you up to date, doing a group meeting for me next week or the week after may be problematic.
Okay.
Due to some medical things that I've got going on, there's a possibility I may have to be isolated in a hospital for about a week or 2.
Oh, gosh.
And I don't know if they're going to allow me to bring my laptop and stuff with me, because some will, some won't. So it just kind of depends. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that I may not be available for the next couple weeks.
Not a problem. If you need us to do anything for you, please let us know. You have an entire network now of VA. So if there's something you need done, just let us know.
Yeah, and I've already told Josh, my client, what's going on. So he's being super cool about that. So
yeah, that's the beauty of working from home, is that you can just talk to your client and say, hey, I'm going to be out for this amount of time. I'll make sure things are done, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.
Well, luckily enough too, a fair bit of some of the stuff that I do for him, I could just do from my phone. But it's not as easy to do as it is on my laptop. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I may have some difficulties there. That's
quite all right. And when those things pop up, don't feel bad if you have to batch things out ahead of time. If your client is asking for like social posts, batch that out before you have to leave, schedule it and leave it alone. Like, that is the amazing part about what you're doing. Although it is hard, you are able to batch things and get things prepared as much as you can before leaving out. That way, when you leave out, there is nothing that you have to do literally.
Yeah.
So you're doing August, right?
September.
Okay.
Yep. Beginning of September.
Oh,
if he stays in there anyway.
Yeah,
I'm crossing my fingers. I'm like, he's first time, so I'm like, he's probably gonna stay in there for longer than he needs to.
Let's see. Amanda, she said she missed the call. Oh no biggie. Also, I did want to check before we hop off today. Are you guys getting the emails with the meeting update and the replay from the week before? Are you getting that?
Okay. I didn't get the replay.
Okay. I'm going to double check and see where you're at in my little sequence. And then are you getting any weekly emails from me about where you are in the course? I know that.
Yeah. So talking about that, I haven't finished module 3. Like I haven't finished that at all, but I got the email saying, hey, congrats, you finished. I'm like, so I hope it didn't like kick me out. Is that normal?
No,
Okay.
yeah. So the way the email sequences work is it keeps up with how often you're allowed to see the material. So now that it's active, like every lesson is released, there's a new lesson every day. And then the emails go along with when it's released. So if you're not
Okay.
keeping up with it,
Okay.
then that's kind of what happens to it. So yeah, as long as you're getting the emails, that's fine. I'm not paying for that $500 automation tool yet. I don't want to. There is one that can like follow you around. I'm not paying for that.
No, I don't blame you. I just wanted to make sure that it didn't like push me all the way through. And I'm like, I didn't even finish the first lesson or second or whatever it was. So
nope, it's just going to have your materials just going to be open. So if you
Okay.
haven't gotten to it yet, you have access to it because it unlocks one at a time. And
Gotcha.
then you just get those follow-up emails every week to remind you to like, schedule your call and all of that. So
Okay.
as long as you're
Yeah. I
good
mean,
to-
I'm getting weekly emails from you, but I didn't get the replay. So I don't know
it
if
has
maybe
the meeting
that
notes,
particular.
like it'll say this week's call, and I'll have like the call information, and then below that is the replay. It's in the email.
Yeah. I got it I didn't get it for.
It's been on
The
Sundays, I
last-
feel.
Yeah, I sent it on Sunday.
Okay. So I'll go back and check, but I don't remember getting it because I missed it on Thursday because I was driving home from North Carolina.
Right.
So I wanted to see it, but I don't recall seeing it, but it could be that it's there and I just missed it.
Okay.
So I'll let you know if I did or didn't get it.
Yeah, because I want to make sure you're in the right sequence. Okay, cool. So everybody else just has module 7 to finish. It's just videos. You just watch them and relax and sit back. My favorite one is the 6th lesson, I think, or the 5th lesson. It's about shopping for your office. That one's a fun one. But yeah, the rest of it's really, really chill. So if you have any questions in the meantime, just let me know. I'm going to hop off because I've got to get on another call at 2:00.
Bye, guys.
Y'all have a good week.
Bye.
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 Good luck, Melissa.
Good luck.
Thanks.